Okay, I guess we are live now. Let me quickly check settings. Yeah. Hi everyone, good evening. Thank you so much for joining. We will wait for a few minutes and then we'll start. So those who are able to hear me properly, if you are able to see me properly, please confirm me in the live chat window. Guys, am I audible properly? Okay, so Shiva have confirmed. Yeah. Thank you so much for confirming. Hi Shiva, good evening. Yes. Thanks Rohit. Thanks Karthik. Thanks Kishore. Okay, so we'll start. So, guys, today's agenda is a little different. So, generally, what we do planning properly, but we only plan only one part of our life, right? We don't plan everything. So, I've seen many candidates, they are in planning phase, but they have not planned everything. So, I thought I will quickly share my perspective. We will do quickly live Q&A, but before we start the live Q&A, I will quickly show you some pointers which I have written, which will definitely help you in a longer run. So if you have already done planning, it's good. But if you have not planned, please give it a shot, give a different perspective. You will get something new which you can implement. There are a couple of questions which is pure technical. I will be taking them in few minutes. For example, few questions related to JavaScript and few questions related to career. Okay, so let me quickly share my screen. Yes. Okay, so guys, this is a beautiful statement which I read somewhere, I guess, by Benjamin Franklin. I guess it was on LinkedIn or some book, that if you plan to fail, you are planning to fail. It's basically, if you don't plan everything in advance, chances are very high that you will fail in real time. So when I say plan, you have to plan everything. When I say everything, you have to plan basically in four different areas. Generally, when we start, we only plan, for example, what I've seen, people are mostly planning their career part. But in order to have a balanced life, this year you can plan little differently. And this time you have to plan these four pillars. So basically health, career, relationship, and money. Now, career and money, they are related, but there's a different perspective that I wanted to share. Now, I've seen many people, they have uh, I will not say lost their health, but they are in a bad phase of their life. They're working 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours sometime, and they're not able to focus on their health. Because of that, they're not able to focus on different aspect of the life. They're not able to enjoy. They're not able to focus on the family part. Plus, whatever money they're earning, they're not able to enjoy. So understand this year you have to play enough attention to your health. When I say health, it could be a cleaner diet. It could be little workout. If you're not able to do workout, at least maintain some basic thing like walking. This thing I did in 2025, I maintain a routine that I will be completing 10,000 steps every single day. So it was not 10,000, but luckily I was able to maintain 8,000 to 8,500 from January 2025 to December 2025. So I've not lost weight, but I was able to maintain. And when it comes to health, also, I have seen people who are in IT, they have sleeping issues. So if you are also going through a sleeping issues because of stress, because of work pressure, please focus on the sleep, right? Because nowadays I have seen 40 is the new 50 and 50 is the new 60. So if you want to work little longer, if you want to enjoy the money that you will be earning, please focus on your health so that you will enjoy the things that you are achieving using the job. Uh, can anybody quickly confirm? Are you able to see my screen as well, which I'm sharing? Yes. So this year, please pay attention to your health. Now, if you are not expert or if you need help, please take help from someone who are in good shape. Either it could be your friend, it could be a coach, it could be a trainer. But what I've seen, people only take the gym membership, but they don't go. Instead, this year, try a different approach. Go for personal training, personal coach. But if you cannot afford, at least take your friend help, take them or consider them as accountability partner and focus on your health this year. So basic thing which I have noticed that even if you finish 10,000 steps in a day, you can sustainably lose around 6 to 7 kgs if you don't increase the diet. Okay, because roughly around 200 to 300 calories you will burn every single day just by walking. Now coming back to the second part, which is the career, everybody which I have joined the live session, I can understand that you are actively learning. But what I have seen in 2025, many people have lost their job because of the layoff, right? The only thing which helped them is their knowledge, is their skills. So if you will go through this phase again, let's say in 2026, some major things are happening. And if you come across this situation, if you have enough skills, you can still survive, right? And many of my friends, they lost their job, but because they had enough skill, they were able to get another job. So if you think your skills are not as per the market, please work on your skills. Let's say you're starting from the scratch, at least pick one automation tool and start learning. If you already know one automation tool, pick another automation tool. For example, if you know Selenium, pick Playwright. If you don't know Selenium, at least start with Selenium, right? So please work on your skill part. If you are good with web automation, at least pick API. If you're good with API, pick mobile automation. If you're good with mobile automation also, try to learn at least JMeter, Gatling, K6, one of the performance testing tool. If you're good with that as well, try to focus on security or DevOps. Even if you cover all of this, you also have to learn AI. So work on the skill part, because something which you cannot control is the layoff. See, I have seen companies, they do a layoff over within few days or within few weeks, right? They will not think about your family, what kind of health you have, what kind of challenges you're going through. They're focusing on the business. So in the same way, you also have to focus on your skills, that if you work 12 hours, 14 hours for the company, when you will get time for upskilling. So take out some time, find out some hidden time that is missing, and work on your skill set and improve day by day. If you are working uh, below as per the market standard, please ask your manager at least to give you the hike or raise which will match as per the market expectation. Okay, and if you're getting very low and even after discussing with your management you're not getting enough raise, then plan for switch. Because if you are in a low range for a long period of time, you will get a lot of issues when you switch. So at least make sure your packages are not as per, like below as per the market standard. A relationship, this is very subjective. So basically, make sure that your work should not affect your relationship. It could be your family, it could be your friends. I've seen many people, they have lost their social circle because of the overworking. They're not able to spend some time with their family. So make sure you give enough time this time to your family. Even they're working 12 hours, 14 hours, make sure you give them enough time, attention, and make them as one of the priority list in 2026. Give them a time because they also deserve this. And if possible, this year try to cut down the working hours from 12 hours to 8 to 6. 6 will be very less. But the whole point is, do not overwork, because they are not going to pay you extra. But the moment you give extra time, you will be cutting this time from your relationship, from the other times that you can spend wisely. And this was a little shocking for me. Last week, I met one of my friend. He's almost 40 now. But when I asked him about his financial planning, he told he did not have even a single SIP running. Whatever money he's saving, he's putting into FD. So do some smart planning, talk to some financial consultant, do some SIPs, because when you see the magic of SIP, you will wonder that you can get good money when you retire. Or let's say if you want to retire little early, maybe 45 or 50, you should have some enough money in your bank balance. So there's one concept called fire number. Okay. So calculate your fire number. and plan your investment accordingly. If you're doing investment using SIP or stock market, or it could be through any instrument, it's good. But if you are not, please talk to some financial consultant. Make sure you have proper planning, which includes your retirement fund, fund for your family. If you have kids education, marriage, basically do the complete planning, and whatever money extra you get, then you can spend for your uh, luxury or some extra part. But only do not focus on this part, career. Okay, everybody is focusing only on this, but please focus on a health, relationship, money. Because imagine now you might be having maybe 10 CR in your account, but if you're not healthy, if you're not able to enjoy that, you will uh, basically struggle in this area. Similarly, if you have the best career, but if your health is not good, you are lonely, you do not have friends, again you will struggle. Only thing is money is not the main part, but it is one of the most important part. So focus on all four areas, balance it accordingly. And if you need in any of the areas, maybe we can have a detailed workshop sometime over the weekend privately on Zoom, because a couple of things which I cannot openly share on YouTube. But if you need a dedicated session on this, we can plan. So now, in order to plan 2026, you have to see what went wrong in 2025. You cannot plan 2026 without understanding 2025. So if you're going through these like burnout situation, skill confusion, income without saving, and you ignore your health, please pay attention to this area. If you're going through the burnout phase, talk to the manager. If they're not able to understand, then maybe you have to find another way how you can come out of this burnout zone and focus on other areas. I've seen many people in 2025, they did not acquire enough skills because of confusion. My point is pick one skill, finish it, and move to the another one. Whatever skill you will take will not take more than 3 months to 4 months. So instead of in a confusion, pick one skill, finish that, move to the next one. So ideally, if you plan your learning this year, you can complete 3 to 4 tools or skills in 1 year, assuming that one course or one skill can be done in 3 to 4 months. But if you're in confusion, again, you will lose 2026 and you will be in the same phase in 2027. So plan accordingly. If you're in confusion, talk to your mentor, talk to your friends, pick one, finish it, and move it. Income without saving. This is basically when you don't have proper financial planning, you will not save enough. It doesn't matter how much you earn, that matter is how much you save. So if you're saving enough, then it makes sense that whatever extra you have, either you park it for luxury or for some extra expenses. But make sure you do not spend unnecessary if you do not have the proper financial planning. And the last part, health ignored until problem. You will not realize until you don't have health problem, right? But once you have health problem, your complete focus or complete attention will go to that area. So few things are obviously with age you will get certain health issues, but few things which you can ignore, please work on that. And the last part is use AI, but do not abuse AI. What I've seen people using AI in every single area unnecessarily, they're abusing the AI and they're not getting the desired result. So this year, plan properly that how you will be using AI, how effectively you will be using AI, in which area you will be using AI. Only thing is, do not abuse, don't overuse AI, because it can lose, like you will use your productivity, your creativity, plus your thinking process. So only use AI for your supporting part, but not as the main part. So let's start with our Q&A. Okay, so before we start, there's a quick announcement. Those who are interested in Playwright online training, we are starting a new batch from tomorrow. Those who are interested, please do consider. We are starting from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Thursday from 12th of January, which is tomorrow. This complete course will be for 3 months, Playwright with JavaScript. Plus, we will also see how you can use AI. So we'll see generative AI, how you can use MCP server, the 3 AI agents which comes with Playwright. We will also see. Plus, we will see some third-party libraries which can support Playwright. We will see how to deploy LLM models on local, on cloud. Plus, additionally, we will also see few additional topics where you can build your own AI agents. First, we will see how we can use Playwright AI agents, then how you can build your own AI agents from the scratch using LangGraph. So we will see how you can generate AI agents for manual test cases and for automation testing both. So you will get link in the description. And if you are looking for the demo sessions, let me know. Okay, so let's start. So those who are interested, let me know in the chat section if you need a dedicated 1 hour session on planning. We will have maybe on Zoom. Let's start with first question: why JavaScript instead of TypeScript? See, Jagdish, understand. TypeScript is the superset of JavaScript. So eventually, once you write TypeScript, it will generate JavaScript code. So in our session also, we will first go through JavaScript. Then whatever topics are extra in TypeScript, that also we will cover. So they both are related. One is subset, one is superset. TypeScript is a superset, JavaScript is a subset. Oh, 07431. Good evening, sir. Guys, one request, please join with your real name so that I can connect with you in a better way. I have 4 years of experience in testing, 2 years in functional testing, SQL, and 2 years into automation testing using Selenium Java. Recently, I learned API automation and performance. Should I try off SDET role and how much salary I can expect from SDET? One more of SDET role, APM is necessary. See, first of all, APM you can consider it last. Since you have worked on Selenium already, Selenium SQL API, I would recommend add Playwright. But for 4 years, you can expect around, say, I'm not sure about your location, the type of mode you have, either it's hybrid or completely work from home. Because work from home company, they give less package because they will be saving a lot of your expenses. So 4 years, the good range will be around 8 to 13. That should be the range. And coming back to skill part, instead of APM, pick Playwright. Oh, Madhukar Jadhav. Hi, good evening, Madhukar. Shiva says, is companies are using MCP server for automation? See, Shiva, that's a good question. And MCP is still in an evolving phase. I have tried Selenium MCP server, Jira MCP server, Postman MCP server, Plate MCP server. They are in a evolving stage. Couple of times you will not see the desired result, but a small tweak with a small change in prompt, it can do wonders. So you have to use it whenever it's required, and you might not use all the time, but whenever it's needed or quick tasks, you can use MCP server. Rohit says 13 plus experience, front end, back end automation experience with FX domain knowledge, still not getting calls. See, Rohit, November, December was not a good time. Many people were not getting calls, but I can see from January, people are getting calls. Personally, I got many messages from my student that they have internal openings and they want certain referrals, good candidates. So market is coming back to the shape. So if you're not getting calls, it's high time that you see your resume is properly optimized, your LinkedIn is properly optimized. And if you're still not getting calls, then make sure that you should have all the skills that is needed as per your role. So you just mentioned about the front end and back end. It's a very generic keyword. Focus on a specific skill. See what is missing in your profile and make the changes. If so, it is MCP server on Playwright or Java. See, MCP server is a generic concept, Shiva. MCP server, you can imagine, is like a USB connector. Suppose my system does not have enough memory, I can connect USB, let's say separate hard disk, and I will be getting additional disk, right? So basically, it's a connector from your LLM to multiple tools. For example, I want to ask my AI agent to get me all the Jira stories. Now, LLM model cannot connect directly to Jira server. Using Jira MCP server, I can connect, I can get all the stories. For example, I want to ask AI agents to fetch my database, tables, fetch certain records, make changes and update my database. LLM cannot do that. But if I connect using, let's say, MySQL MCP server, now LLM can talk to my database and get me the data. So this MCP server is a generic concept in AI world where you can connect your LLM to different tools and you can perform operation. Playwright MCP server, Postman MCP server, Selenium MCP server. These are one of the MCP server which will support you to perform your API automation and web automation. Alok says, I have received 2 job offers. One company is working on CRM based project and other is working on core technology development. I'm finding it more difficult to decide which option would be better. So Alok, see, first of all, I'm not sure about your previous experience. What I've seen, CRM is a evergreen domain. The other, when you say code technology development, I need more clarity on that. So when you get multiple offer, it's more subjective. What kind of packages they are offering, what kind of additional benefits they are offering, what type of working mode they have, right? One is, let's say, hybrid, one is full time work from home. So obviously you will see huge impact in your saving after 1 year. So I would recommend for this, you drop an email, I will share my number, we can have a quick call 1-to-1 and you decide accordingly. It's eventually your end goal based on the past experience and what's your plan for the next 5 to 10 years. If you want to become a domain expertise, I would recommend go in the same domain where you already worked and the other factors also involved. So you can drop a email, I will share my number, let's connect before you accept the offer. Sumit Nagpal, are you planning to launch any Selenium course? Yes, Sumit. So tomorrow we will start Playwright and Selenium batch I will start in the February. Dates are not finalized. I will be launching Selenium batch also very soon, mostly in the Feb. Also, what all skills you suggest a QA should have in 2026? Okay, Sumit. So again, not sure about your experience, and this will be different for different people, depends on the experience. But generic category, web automation, API automation, how you can use AI, whether it's web or API. These are the core part. Second, you should be comfortable with programming, at least one programming and one is a supporting programming. Then you should be comfortable with Git and GitHub. You should be comfortable with one of the CI/CD tool. You should be comfortable with one of the cloud, AWS or Azure. You should be comfortable with Docker. And apart from all of this, you should be comfortable with BDD frameworks. What will be the expected salary for the 2 years of automation testers? See, Shivam, again, only 2 years experience automation. So again, this question is incomplete. Maybe you have 10 plus experience, 8 into manual, 2 into automation. The answer would be different. I'm assuming you have 2 plus experience overall in automation. So again, when you're fresher, don't run behind the salary, focus on your learning. Because initially you will not see much impact, but the moment you switch, you will have a good package. But still, for a fresher, 2 years experience, the range should be between 6 to 8. Again, it's very subjective. I've seen many people, they get into very good company. Some startups are even paying 15 plus 20 plus for freshers, right? Maybe they are funded by VCs, they are doing better or they are very good MNC. For example, if you see Amazon gives 45 LPA even for freshers, right? If they're from a good college. So this package is very subjective, but I'm assuming that you're targeting generic companies, 2 years experience, 6 to 8 should be your range. Hashir, I saw Naveen planning to come to Sri Lanka for a session. Do we hope you as well in future? Yes, Harish, if I get invite, if I get any arrangement, definitely I will come. But this time I'm not coming. So definitely, if you are in Sri Lanka, please do attend. You will get a lot of insight. We have done multiple sessions in India, and people got a lot of benefit. So do register and attend. And if you have friends, also invite them. Do we have session uh, on Selenium with AWS? You said previous where we can get the session. See, just if you're part of my paid members, we generally cover this on. YouTube, I don't have this session, but I will plan soon. But in all my batches, I cover how do we run our test on a cloud on AWS using Docker with Selenium Grid. So I have a Selenium Grid video, Jayesh, you will find on my YouTube, but on AWS, I don't think I have. I will record and upload. Okay, with the usage of Copilot, I feel I'm writing very less code, writing only prompts nowadays. I think this will have an impact on our skill and intelligence. Your take on this, Mukesh? Okay, that's a good pointer, Prabhakar. See, understand, guys, nowadays you have to change your psychology. You have to see how world is evolving. Now you have to see two important part. One is how you are working. Plus, once you start attending interviews, what will be your situation? See, in your company, if they have given you GitHub Copilot access or let's say Cursor access, you're forced to use it because they will be monitoring at the end of the month. Plus, if you do not use, they will ask question why you are not using, because ultimately companies paying a huge amount for this AI tools and they're expecting some productivity from you. So you're forced to use it. The second part is you also have to practice parallelly the coding part, because the moment you switch, and if you don't practice this, you might have to restart everything from the scratch. That will be a very pain area. So better you take out some time, focus on your learning as well. And in office, if they're giving you certain tools, you're forced to use your, there's no escape plan. But I totally agree with you that if you use AI in a better way, you can be very productive. But if you overuse the AI, you will lose the creativity. Plus, you will be missing a lot of important parts. Plus, you will struggle in interviews. So 90% in your time is going in office. Make sure you use whatever they have given, but 10% at least take out 1 hour or 30 minutes and work on your fundamentals. If you're planning for a switch before 6 months or 3 months, you start developing some basic programs, lead code programs, generally frequently asked questions, and practice that as well. Okay, Jagdish is sir, already have 2025 Playwright course content on your website. Why I choose online class? What is the difference? What get? See, Jagdish, when you say you already have a course, see, there's no major changes. For me, I will be launching multiple batches in 1 year, right? I will launch after every 3 months. Even I launch in 2027. So for me, this is just a calendar change, the date change. But if you ask me technically, do we have any major shift or changes in Playwright library as of now? No. So content will remain same, the batch will keep on changing. But in every batch, I keep adding more content, more examples, right? So that will be one part. Second part, YouTube versus live is totally different. In YouTube, we cannot interact. Live training, you can interact. You can ask questions. If you're doing assignment, if you're stuck, I can help. But in terms of content wise, not drastic changes every year. For me, I have to launch multiple batches because this is my primary source of income. But for you, if you already have learned Playwright by my 2025 videos, there's still more than enough. Also, what is the average market salary for 8 plus testing, manual plus automation plus bit into test management? So again, location plays a very important role. 8 years experience, it should be 20 plus. See, all these figures which I'm giving you, it is for Bangalore location. Now you see which location you are, and the best thing is to check with your friends and not someone who is working in a very good company or very slow company. Generic standard in your location, but all this average market sale which I'm giving is for the Bangalore location. And exceptions are always there. Some good companies, they pay a huge amount of money. I've seen companies are even paying 80 lakhs plus for testers, but again, very limited companies. Subrat Kumar Mukesh, I have around 13 years experience, completely more into manual, leading a team, skill-wise, functional planning, risk, impact analysis, sales. Sorry, Selenium, Postman, API, JMeter guide me to switch. Okay, Subrat, now generally for senior people, I say that if you're happy with your current job, if you're getting decent salary, if you have good work-life balance, no need to switch. So many people, they switch because of FOMO, that everybody is switching, everybody is getting a good hike. Because of that, they generally prefer switch. But if everything is on track, your salary, work life balance, you're enjoying your work, you do not have toxic manager or team, no need to switch. Generally, you can do multiple switch when you have 0 to 10, because generally after 10, 12, 13, 15, 18, you will get very less number of calls. But let's say if you're not happy with the current job, the salary part and the work life balance, then I would recommend immediately upload your resume in Naukri.com LinkedIn. See whether you're getting calls or not. If you're getting calls, see what skills are missing, add that. If you're not getting calls, then do the retrospective and see what kind of JDs you are getting and whether they're matching or not. Then again learn that skill, make changes, and again start applying. It's again reiterating process. I have around 8 years experience in automation testing with Selenium REST APIs. How can I create new learning plan for 2026? So Madhukar, since I know you personally, for you the best thing would be Playwright for 2026, and along with this agentic AI. I'm Mukesh with 14 years of experience. How do you think should I upgrade my skills to remain in line with AI evolving so much? See, Bhuvesh, I'm not sure about your previous skills, but yes, I can see. See, when AI started, see, AI is in the market from a long time, but let's assume the AI hype started in 2022, November 2022. Initially, we had generic AI or traditional AI. Then we get into generative AI. Now it is agentic AI. So you have to get comfortable with all three areas, because you might be building soon your own AI agents, because a lot of tools are coming that within few lines of code you can build your own AI agents. For example, AutoGen by Microsoft, Crew AI, where you can build multi-agent systems. So you have to focus on these frameworks where you can generate your own AI agents, and then depends on the use case you can tweak these agents. So after this YouTube live, I would recommend explore AutoGen and Crew AI. Understand how they work, what is multi-agent system, multi-AI agent system, and explore LangGraph. As of now, these are the two tasks for you. So, but again, do not directly jump into AI. First, you finish your functional, non-functional, then get into agentic. Because nowadays companies are also encouraging employees that come up with a use case where you can use AI agents or build your own AI agents. So better you also at least get some idea, come up with a use case, because once the use case is ready, Bhavish, you will see the solution is very straightforward. Nowadays, it's all about APIs. Every single tool that you will be using in agentic AI, it's all based on APIs. So you just call the APIs, get the response, then you can pass to the next agent. Now depends on what design pattern you're using in that agent, and you can tweak the responses. Versus one of the agency asked, do you have knowledge on proven experience in QA testing on of AI ML system with deep understanding of AI model validation? How to convince agency? See, Shiva, no need to convince any agencies. If you have a skills, you say no. If you don't have learned that skill, because I have seen in 2025 also many of the job descriptions, they had that you should be comfortable with how to evaluate LLM models, because nowadays companies have their own LLM with fine tune, and they need someone who can validate whether their LLM is giving the right response or not. So in LLM, basically you have deterministic output and one is predictable output. So what is the accuracy of the model that you have to test? Again, we have a different frameworks for this. For example, you can note down Ragas, DeepEval, Promfu, and LangFuse. These are the different models or frameworks are available. Using these framework, you can test the how these models are responding. So better you learn this, because this kind of requirement will come in future as well. So there are two type. One is testing the AI and LLM models, and the second part is how you can use these LLM models to build your own AI applications and agents, so that you can increase the productivity. You have to focus on both the areas. Also, AI governance framework, responsible AI principle, bias detection, mitigation techniques, how to convince. I know this. So you, again, Shiva, you don't have to convince. You learn, add in your resume, practice them, and then you just highlight that you have worked on it. The good part about this is it's a new area for everyone. So you don't have to say that I have 5+ experience, 10+ experience on this. At least show that in the last 1 year you have learned and you have implemented. As someone who trains, what is the one red flag on automation resume that makes you instantly reject a candidate? See, Karthik, for me, I generally ask some scenario based questions, real time experience related questions. If somebody is just giving theoretical answers, generally I reject. So basically, I'm someone who is more into scenarios because syntax part, anybody can get it, right? They can get into any chat models and they can get the syntax. But the experience, the use cases, the previous scenarios which they have automated, challenges which they have faced, I generally identify the candidates based on this. So if somebody is very bad in syntax, but they have good experience or they know the scenarios, they know the strategies, I prefer them. Just we, hi Mukesh, I have 8 years experience. Can I resign without offer letter as I'm not able to prepare for interviews while working? Since last month, I'm giving interviews but no offer. So first of all, do not make this mistake. Do not resign until you don't have offer because this process can take 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. Now, if you do not have offer and if you leave your job, it can create unnecessary stress and you will not be able to, learn in this stress situation. So I would recommend stretch little bit, identify some hidden times that you can take out, make some intentional sacrifices. When I say intentional sacrifices, you might have to sit over the weekend, you might have to miss couple of social gathering, you might have to take out some time from your other activities, but do not make this mistake. Market is not that good, and where you will quit and you will get immediate offer. You might get, you might not get, but do not take that risk if you have a family, if you have emis, if you have a lot of financial commitment. If you are fresher, you are not married, you don't have much responsibilities, you can still think of, but still I will not recommend this route. Instead, push little bit, take out some extra time, add the skills which is missing. Since you mentioned you got multiple offers, sorry, interviews but not offer, it means something is missing from the skill area. So please try this for 3 months. Definitely you will come across the solution. But I've seen many companies, sorry, many people, they tried this, they got the job but they got after 6 months, few got in 3 months, some got in 15 days. But don't play with this luck factor because market situations are dependent on multiple factors, right? So that is my take. Rest is up to you. This is in your training experience. Are you seeing the big enterprise actually migrating legacy Selenium framework? See, first of all, Karthik, do not use legacy. Selenium is not legacy. It is still evolving every quarterly. You are getting proper updates. But yes, companies who have already automated, more than 5,000 scenarios, 10,000 scenarios, they have multiple frameworks across multiple teams. They are not going to migrate. They will still continue with Selenium because they are getting enough ROI. For new projects, yes, they have a choice whether they want to go with Selenium or Playwright. But do not consider legacy Selenium as legacy, right? Legacy, you can say when they stop developing and it's outdated. Selenium is still the main skill in 2025 and will be there in 2026 as well. And you can see the job descriptions. Do we need to have or learn DSA for testing if we have 8+ experience? See, Kishore, if you're targeting very good companies, mostly Fang, Mang based companies, they generally ask this DSA related questions. For that, yes. But if you're targeting small, medium, and uh, generic MNCs, around 30 to 50 programs generally we have. That is more than all searching programs, sorting programs, matrix program, counting the vowels, characters, string related questions, array related questions. That is enough. Sanjeev Ranjan, I have 12 years of experience as did with 42 LPA fix. I'm planning to get a job in foreign countries. What should be my plan to achieve the same? See, Sanjeevan, that's a very good and handsome package. Now consider multiple factors that, let's say if you went into, let's say you targeted US, UK, and Europe, three countries or three regions you targeted. Calculate the average salary that you will be getting, the expenses, and see the final saving that you will be getting. Okay, so because that's a big call with 12 plus, I'm assuming you will be having family to serve. So do the calculation properly. Do not uh, go to another country because of FOMO. Do the proper planning and do not go without any offer. Once you get the offer, then only go and do the calculation. It can be very beneficial in long run. Okay, so do not expect a short term gain. If you're planning for a long term, let's say 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it will be worth taking this call, but do the calculation accordingly. Consider multiple factors, your parents and other people which you have to support, and then take this call. For other countries, I would recommend talk to some consultant and get some clarity, and then plan accordingly, because interviews are very easy, especially in Europe, but the number of openings are very less. For a complete beginner today, is it still worth starting Selenium with Java, or should they jump straight to the Playwright to JavaScript given the market round? Okay, so Karthik, again, now market is not or approach, it's end approach. Selenium and Playwright, Java and JavaScript, right? So do not go with one, that if I learn only script, can I survive? If I learn only Playwright, can I survive? Answer is no, you need both. And the good part is, once you know one programming language, one automation tool, switching to multiple programming languages will be easy. So as a beginner, first I would recommend Selenium, then I would recommend Playwright. But even if somebody wants to start with Playwright, they can start with Playwright, but they also have to learn Selenium to get the good job. Sumit Nagpal, I have 3 years experience in manual testing, planning to learn automation. You mentioned all the skill required already. I have a question regarding remote jobs. How do we get remote jobs? See, Sumit, initially you have to be very flexible. Remote jobs are generally very less as compared to 2020 to 2022, right? Nowadays, 80% are hybrid, remaining 20% are still remote jobs. So in that case, you create a filter, keep applying only for the remote jobs. But there's a small catch, a small twist, that you target hybrid jobs as well. But in the last round, you can talk to HR that this is my financial situation and this is my family situation. I was planning for hybrid, but I cannot opt for hybrid. I need complete remote role. If they agree, it's fine. Otherwise, anyways, you were losing that game, right? So target both that jobs, hybrid and remote. If you get remotes, well and good. But if you got a hybrid offer, talk to HR. At least come up with some midpoint that 3 weeks you will be working from home, 1 week you will be coming to office. Because whatever hybrid roles that I have seen, they generally call 2 to 3 days in a week, basically 8 to 10 working days. So if you can negotiate that 3 weeks from home, 1 week uh, from the office location, that is also a good one. Just as Mukesh, our Selenium is still in demand in future, even Playwright will have a huge demand. See, Jayesh, this is a bet, right? Nobody knows the future, but you be ready from your side. You should be very dynamic, smart enough that if market is changing the direction, you also change the direction. Do not fight against the market. That I know this skill, people should hire me because of my skill. Why people are not asking the skill? You should get along with the market. The trend was good for Cypress in 2021. People learned Cypress, they moved on. Now I can see Selenium Playwright. You learn Playwright, move on. In 2027 or 2028, new tool might come. We will learn a new tool and we will change the direction. See, understand, you know automation, you know API automation, you know the approach, you know the strategy. It's just a matter of syntax change. So don't be too rigid. Pick as per the market and move on. In 2025, I have heard a lot of people complaining about the memory issues. Yes, correct. Okay, Vivek Raj, I have 12 plus experience in testing, end-to-end testing, front-end, back-end, strategy building, team management. Okay, this I guess we have discussed. Was it the similar question? If it is the similar question, we have already answered. If it is different one, then maybe we'll take at the end. Soumitra, hello sir, good to see you. Hi Soumitra, good to see you. What AI skills should a QA with 5 to 6 years of experience focus now on to ensure strong career growth by 2026? See, for freshers, see, when I say freshers, 5 to 6 is the mid range. So for that, you should be comfortable with different coding assistance, which is powered by AI. For example, GitHub Copilot, get better with prompt engineering. Also get comfortable with the different complete AI based tools which is available in the market. For example, Test Trigger. That is part one. Part two will be the different AI tools which is coming in the market, right from your planning, writing test cases, executing, deployment. So we have different AI tools in each categories. So there was a traditional SDLC cycle, right? Now I've seen people are shifting to agentic based SDLC cycle, where they will be using AI in every phase, right from planning till the maintenance, the different AI tools. So second part is explore different AI tools which you see in the market. The third part is how you can come up with own AI agents. Okay, that is your agentic AI. So get comfortable with generative AI, which is your generating code, generating manual test cases, automation test cases, then building on your own agents. So for your 2026, focus on prompt engineering, generative AI, which is coding assistance based tools, and different tools in each category. Once you're comfortable, then plan the last quarter of 2026 in learning these framework, LangSmith, LangGraph, LangChain, AutoGen, Crew AI. But for you, since I know you personally, you focus on the first part. The second part, I will tell you from where to learn. Thank you so much for the contribution, Shiva. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, Jagdish, how to connect you directly regarding career future plan? See, Jagdish, this is a general Q&A, live Q&A I do. Um, but if you need a dedicated plan, I have a one-to-one calls on top meet. Currently, I'm not taking any calls because of my batch is coming. Once I will get some free time, I will reopen the slots. You can book a call. We can have a dedicated 1 hour session and we can plan. Let me take few questions. Okay, what will AI agent actually replace the need of writing test scripts or is just the marketing hype? See, Karthik, 100% it is not true. 70 to 80% task is done by AI. You still need a human. So there's a concept in AI called human in the loop. Okay, HIIL, human in the loop. Basically, AI will do the task. You still need a review. You still need refactoring. You still need some changes, cosmetic changes, or some uh, business logic changes because it can give you the boilerplate code. It can write maximum line of code, but you still need human to get involved and make changes. So now imagine like Karthik, initially we used to write 5 test cases in a day. Now we can write 20 test cases in a day. Initially we used to write 2 to 3 scripts in a day. Now you can write 10 to 15 scripts in a day. So productivity have increased, market expectation have increased, right? So it's changing drastically, but it's not replacing. Okay, that is for sure. It is, you have to get comfortable with AI. So imagine like uh, when I started, cloud was a hype, right? Everybody saying on premise is better, cloud is better. With time, everybody got comfortable with cloud, and now everything that you see is on the cloud. So cloud became the base layer. In the same way, soon LLM models will become a base layer. What you build on top of it is up to you, right? So it is not the hype, uh, but few things which they are doing over promises that can be market hype. But you still need human, you still need skills, you still need business knowledge, you still need domain expertise, okay, which will support AI. Third person, you suggested Playwright instead of APM. Should I continue with Java or learn JavaScript? See, again, APM is for mobile automation, Playwright is for web and API, right? So if your complete target is that you need to learn mobile automation, you have to pay APM. But I'm assuming that you're asking about the market, you're asking about the job change. For that, I recommended Playwright and Selenium. Now, again, Playwright supports multiple languages: Python, Java, C Sharp, JavaScript, TypeScript, right? In the same way, Selenium also supports 5 languages. The trend which I have seen and what I'm seeing in 2026 as well, Selenium with Java have the highest opening, and Playwright with JavaScript slash TypeScript have the highest opening. But for your like for simplicity, let's say if you know Python, you can start Playwright with Python. You'll learn very quickly, but will you get enough calls? That is something subjective, right? So why not to target some languages which have the higher probability? Corporate में health related importance. Kamil, कॉर्पोरेट में नहीं, हर जगह हेल्थ इज इम्पोर्टेंट। सी अगर आप 10 साल और जी पाओगे तो आप 10 साल और एंजॉय कर पाओगे, 10 साल और पैसे कमा पाओगे, राइट? तो हेल्थ का इम्पोर्टेंस हर जगह है। तो अगर आपने बहुत सारा कमाया सिर्फ 40 तक, किसी ने बहुत सारा पैसा कमाया 60 तक, बट 60 वाले ने कुछ ज़्यादा एंजॉय किया, राइट? सारी चीज़ें एंजॉय की। सो इट इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर ऑल एरियाज, नॉट ओनली इन कॉर्पोरेट। How do you handle flaky test in CI/CD pipeline? Do you believe in auto retry like Playwright offers, or does that just hide the real bug? See, sometimes this auto retry with one retry is good, but do not go with 3 retry, 4 retry, 5 retries. One retry sometimes can give you good result, because if you have some temporary issues, network issues, or slow component issues, you will get a good success rate. Because if you have application bug, irrespective whether you try 1 time or 3 times, that will still uh, be a bug, right? So one retry with Selenium and Playwright, I have seen a good result. So that is work as a guardrail, okay, safeguard. That sometime it fails, give one more shot. It works, it good. Otherwise, raise a bug. Karthik also donated 100 rupees. Thank you, Karthik, and thank you for the donation. Thanks for answering all my questions. Okay, so let me take the next question. See, I will be here for the next 5 minutes. I will try my best to cover maximum questions. By any chance, if I miss, we will take it in the next one. I guess we skipped from here. Sir, for manual to automation switch, is learning Selenium plus rest assured is a good bet? That is one of the safest bet. It's no longer optional, it's mandatory. Even freshers should know Selenium and rest assured. So that's not a safer bet, that is an easier bet. So Amish Sharma says you have a new batch for Playwright and AI. Please tell me. So this is what I shared, Amit. We are starting from tomorrow, which is Playwright with JavaScript, and along with generative AI, MCP server, and some third-party libraries. We will be covering other things as well: how to build framework with alert reporting, GitHub Copilot, zero-step library, how to build CI/CD pipeline using Jenkins and GitHub Actions, how do we work with Docker on AWS. Plus, this time we are also covering one additional module at the end, that how you can build your own AI agents using LangGraph. For that, we need a little bit of Python. So we will also quickly touch upon what Python topics you need to build your own AI agents. So we are starting from tomorrow. I will be sharing a link. You can check the link, and in case if you're interested, you can give me a call. We can have a discussion. Akansha Rastogi. Hi sir, would you be helping in job assistance? I'm planning to relocate to Pune, Bangalore. See, Akansha, I mostly deal with training part. What I've seen after my training, people are smart enough, educated enough, they can take any real-time project and they can automate. Now, regarding job assistance, See, generally, I have my students who keep sharing me that they have openings. I share it within my WhatsApp group. If somebody is eligible, they apply and they get some referrals and they start giving interviews. So, in my training programs, I cover the topics, interview questions, if I come across any referrals, but job assistance services we don't have. So, when I say job assistant, we don't provide project support. We used to provide project support, but because of the time restriction, we don't provide project support. But trust me, Akansha, nowadays you have multiple AI tools. Only thing you need the right skill set, right question to ask, right proper prompt, you'll get the answer. Only thing is should be smart enough what to ask. Now working in IT has become very easy because of this. But for that also you should know the basics. So if you're planning for Pune, Bangalore, please do relocate, not only because of career, because of multiple stuffs, right? You will be upgrading lifestyle, you will be meeting with lot of like-minded people. Lot of things changes when you shift to tier 1 cities, not only for job, because of other factors also. If you consider, it's a good decision. Challenges in Playwright, like dynamic, flaky, same as, say, Shiva, I have seen flaky tests are very less in Playwright. Because of its architecture, the auto wait and retry mechanism. But still, sometime if you get flaky tests, you will see the trend. In Playwright, you will get one option nowadays called copy prompt, where you can copy the prompt and copy basically a MD file. Complete error log will come as an MD file that you can feed to LLM. It can give you the suggestions. Subrat, how to future proof our career? Is manual testing dead? Few companies are expecting junior developers level knowledge from a QA. See, nothing comes with guarantee, Subrat. Future proof, risk proof, like without risk, these keyword does not exist. But yes, I can see it is evolving. It's not dead. See, initially we used to write test cases, right? We used to generate manual test data. Now you can use different tools to write the test cases, generate the test data, and companies are giving subscriptions that use these tools, write a better test case. Say if I ask you to write 100 negative scenarios, it will take almost one whole day for you. Now with AI, you can write within 30 minutes all the negative scenarios, but you have to review, you have to refactor. So it's not dead, it's evolved. It's with AI, um, with a proper coverage. So it's not dead for sure. Same goes with automation. You have to give the maximum output with AI or without AI. So when you go without AI, you will be spending some extra hours. Few companies are expecting junior developer knowledge from QA. Yes. So that is the market dynamic. It's changing. You have to also evolve. You have to work on a skill set, spend some extra time on the coding part. For interviews, you definitely, you should know Java or JavaScript. Okay, last three questions, then we can end. So guys, if you have any questions, let me know. Even after this live session, you can post a question in the comment section. And those who are looking for dedicated Zoom meeting for planning of 2026, let me know in the comment section. Type yes that I'm looking for planning in 2026. So I will create a dedicated workshop. If I get 100 plus enrollment, we'll have a dedicated free Zoom workshop, not on YouTube, but separately. So where I will share my insight and how I plan all the 4 areas. But again, I'm expecting 100 plus, then only it makes sense. Otherwise, we'll have dedicated on Zoom again. Sorry, YouTube again. So I have experience in manual testing, Selenium, APM testing. So I plan to switch job. So can I search with this or you need to? See, Jagdish, better you start with this. If you don't get calls, learn Playwright and implement, start applying. See, instead of asking me, do a trial. From tomorrow, make changes in your resume, update LinkedIn profile, and start looking. If you don't get enough calls, make the changes. So can you please tell the timings? See, timing will be 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. IST, Monday to Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you will not have classes. Yes, I want to join long time. I was looking, currently I'm looking. I need a more brush up. That's good. Yes, Amit, let me share my email. You can just drop an email, then I will share my number publicly. If I share it, might create problem. I'm just sharing my email. Drop an email, I will share my number. And after this YouTube live, we can have a quick call. Okay, that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for attending live on weekend. It means a lot. If you still have any questions, make a note. We'll be coming live soon and we can discuss it further. But plan your 2026 in a smart manner. If you don't make any changes, the things will remain same. Uh, how you spent your 2025. See, almost 15 days we lost in 2026 also. Make proper plans. Uh, let me know if you need any help, and I will see you soon in YouTube videos. Till then, bye bye. Take care. Thank you guys. Bye.